We start our day on Fox. A historic Hinkle Fieldhouse sold out today for Big East College Hoops. Sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee as the Butler Bulldogs battle the Providence Friars. And a terrific lineup of college hoops action on Fox right now. Providence and Butler each trying to improve their standing in the Big East in the NCAA bracket. Following us, Michigan State taking on Northwestern, vying for a share of first place in the Big Ten. And finally, at 4:30 Eastern, the game of the year in the Big East. Third-ranked Villanova, number 4 Xavier. The Musketeers with a chance to really grab a stranglehold on first place as we check out the Big East Conference standings. And Xavier in there at 12-2, looking to really take secure position of that top spot. Villanova to follow Creighton. There you see Providence and Butler. Right now a 4-5 matchup that could be happening again at Madison Square Garden. Alongside Stephen Bardo, I'm Kevin Kugler. Wonderful to have you with us as we start our Fox triple header. Providence coming off a giant win over Villanova, but Butler trying to get back on the right track. 3-game losing skid, looking for the friendly confines at Hinkle to get them back going again.
And they need to get back going, Kevin, because this conference is tough enough. But this time of year, teams trying to get into the tournament, you cannot go on a 4-game losing skid because the psyche of your team could be damaged the rest of the way. Very important game for Butler here today.
Well, and if I had a very important game, I wouldn't mind having Keelan Martin on my side to try to break that 3-game losing streak.
I tell you what, a guy that can score in a phone booth. Keelan Martin can get it done with the best of them. Leads the league in scoring 27 a game here in Hinkle in 7 league games. And so they're going to depend on him early and often. But Providence, very tough defensively, made it very difficult on him in the Dunkin' Donuts Center early in the season.
And a guy who will make it difficult to anybody. The spark that makes that Providence engine go, Kyron Cartwright.
Kyron Cartwright is having a fantastic year, and when he's shooting a 3 like he is at 40%, and then he can also get to the rim, sets his teammates up, puts a lot of pressure on opposing defenses. Butler's going to have to try to contain him tonight.
Those two players are Geico players to watch, and you see what they did on January 15th when Providence won by 10 over Butler. Kyron Cartwright a double-double, 18 points, 11 assists. Keelan Martin really struggled in that game, 3 for 14, only 6 points. Check out our starting lineup, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee, and a change in the starting lineup for Butler. Sean McDermott in the lineup for the first time since November 24. He is a starter, started the first 6 games since he's come off the bench for Laval Jordan's Butler Bulldogs.
Trying to get going a little quicker, Butler is trying to change things up. Get off this 3-game slide.
It's time for the tip-off presented by Main Street.
And Providence will start it as we are underway in Indianapolis. Kyron Cartwright, 22 points away from 1,000 in his career. It's Alpha Diallo back up to Cartwright, 15 on the shot clock. Rodney Bullock in the paint, uses the window.
That's a good sign for Providence. Bullock had struggled before that game against Villanova, but 14 of the 16 came in the second half, so he's getting off to an early start.
Kamar Baldwin was very good at Providence, had 25 points in Butler's loss out there. The only Bulldog in double figures in that first meeting.
Providence does an excellent job of defending the 3-point shot.
Thompson with 2 to shoot, has to launch, and the rebound by Jalen Lindsey.
He's got to take that, Kevin, because you got to keep the defense as honest as possible.
Quick pass ahead, running the floor, Khalif Young with an easy 2.
That's been an area of struggle for Butler all season long. Defensive transition.
Talking to Laval Jordan earlier today, and you said, what do you need to do to shore up that transition defense? He said, pray. Been praying a lot. McDermott's 3 in and out, won't go. Rebound tipped into the hands of Alpha Diallo.
Oh, good double team right there.
Alpha Diallo, the sophomore, up to Bullock with 15 to shoot. Cartwright going to back it out. Working against Aaron Thompson, excellent defensive freshman. 4 on the shot clock. Cartwright has to launch with 1 to shoot. And the rebound to Tyler Weidman.
Excellent defensive possession that time by Butler. That will allow them to get out against the defense when it's not totally set.
Tough catch for Weidman. That was a bullet from Martin, and it's tipped away by Cartwright and out of bounds. It'll stay with Butler. And an early substitution for Laval Jordan. 17-10 in his first season as Butler head coach, and he's right to the bench early as Nate Fowler checks in for Tyler Weidman.
I just love Laval's presence on the sideline. He keeps his composure, and typically your team will respond in kind.
Right off the bench, right to the shot, won't go, but Thompson there to follow with the offensive rebound and putback.
That's a heads-up play by Thompson. Typically, his responsibilities are to get back defensively, but saw an opening to get that putback. Those are important against this Providence team that wants to keep this pace down a little slower than Butler would prefer.
We'll look against McDermott. Now the double shows. Pass tipped into the backcourt and a battle for it, and it's a foul going to be called on Jalen Lindsey. Battling with Kamar Baldwin for the loose ball.
Looked like Lindsey extended that arm to try to keep Baldwin from getting. Let's see the right arm right there. Good catch by Pat Driscoll. Looks like they're trying to figure out exactly where they want to get it in, but Butler, you know, playing with some intensity, Kevin, you expected them to come out and establish themselves. They've done that on the defensive end.
Trying to find some offense, just 1 for 4 from the floor to start. There's a good guy to look for, Keelan Martin with his first pair.
Well, Providence switched that time. Cartwright was trying to keep Martin from scoring. Martin's going to win that matchup more often than not.
Big emphasis for Ed Cooley, as you might imagine, trying to figure out a way to slow down Keelan Martin. There's Aaron Thompson, second good defensive play we've seen from the freshman. He'll go end-to-end, Thompson to the rim. Won't go, and that's going to be an offensive, or an interference. A goaltend will be called on Providence.
Like the young fella, Aaron Thompson is taking on the challenge against Kyron Cartwright, going hard. And look at the post-up. A lot of contact down there. Martin still able to have the concentration on the finish. Ooh, this is good. Old school basketball here in February. Physicality in one of the best venues in the country.
Diallo with the 3 stops the Butler run. Providence doesn't turn it over. They turn it into points. They'd had 2 straight turnovers before that bucket.
And Alpha Diallo, one of the more improved players in all the conference.
What an answer from Keelan Martin.
Well, you got to pick Keelan Martin up off the bus. He's got unlimited range and didn't wait for the defense to get set that time.
He was 3 for 14 in the first meeting. He's already 2 for 2.
I like how they've mixed it up. He's got 1 post shot and then 1 3-point shot.
Kamar Baldwin called for the foul. That'll be Baldwin's first. And a timeout here at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Butler up a pair at home.
If you told me a year ago where I'd be right now, I would have said you were crazy. But so began the year of me. I discovered the true meaning of paperless discounts and the indescribable rush of saving drivers an average of $620.
Why does fear feel so good?
I fell in love 3 times. Once with a woman, once with a country, and finally, with myself.
So do you have anything to declare or not?
Isn't that what I'm doing?
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Did you know pain is caused by aggravated nerves? Aspercreme with lidocaine is revolutionary relief. In just minutes, it desensitizes your aggravated nerves to block pain with no odor or irritation. Aspercreme with lidocaine. Relieve the nerves, stop the pain.
Big East College Hoops sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee back at Hinkle Fieldhouse, where Butler has the early 9-7 lead 4 minutes into this one, as the Bulldogs and Friars kick off our Fox triple header here. This is going on right now here at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Project 44, the Andrew Smith project. Chase DeGaulle, former Butler Bulldog, was a bone marrow match. There's Chase DeGaulle. He was a bone marrow match for young Deegan Scott, the young man who's out there right now on the floor with Chase DeGaulle, getting the chance to hang out with Tripp. And Chase DeGaulle donated a bone marrow transplant for Deegan Scott. Deegan doing so much better. Samantha Smith, the spouse of the late Andrew Smith, his project, Project 44. It's been over a year since the transplant, and Samantha has really been dedicated since Andrew's passing to helping others through this Project 44. It's just beginning, and Deegan Scott, the recipient of a bone marrow transplant from Chase DeGaulle, and a chance to celebrate the lives of those two folks today, both Deegan Scott and Chase DeGaulle.
Well, and that gives you an example how special this program is on and off the court, how much of a family atmosphere they've developed here in Butler. It's a wonderful thing for Chase DeGaulle to be a part of this program.
After the foul on Jalen Lindsey this year, came in averaging just about over his last 3 games, Stephen. That number's going up. 14 points per game over the last 3 for Jalen Lindsey. 1 for 2 is McDermott.
Because a lot of times it takes guys different times during the season in their last year. But at some point, Kevin, it kicks in, and they understand that they can only wear this jersey so many more times.
Oh, nice back cut by Martin, and a good defensive recovery by Bullock to get the swat.
Man, great back and forth action right there. Great read by Martin to go on the backdoor cut. Well, this is excellent timing by Bullock.
He knows he had it there as Keelan Martin will step out. The deep 3 won't go. Rebound tipped by Weidman into the hands of Diallo. Kai Ashton Langford, freshman on the floor for Providence for the first time today.
Looking to get Bullock here. He's got the matchup they like.
Watson trying to set the screen. Weidman shows the double, ball poked away, and Aaron Thompson is off to a really good defensive start today for Butler, Stephen.
He really is, Kevin. Been very active. He was really getting after Cartwright there, forcing him into some tough possessions, and continues.
Ashton Langford, the floater, a little strong. Good rebound by Nate Watson, and Watson, another one of those youngsters able to put it up and in.
I like Nate Watson. He's got to get back.
Weidman running the floor, couldn't finish. Watson got there a little bit late. Diallo on the move, and Diallo, the dart off the heel a little strong, and the rebound corralled by Providence.
Oh, look at the aggressiveness on both ends. You think these teams don't want this game? I mean, it's February in the Big East.
Step back for Bullock, and he splashes the 3.
And Providence responding very well here early on the road. Very tough environment. Butler's playing desperately. Providence is matching the intensity.
Martin trying to be aggressive. Providence trying to extend the 6-0 run. Myers 5 for 8 from the floor, the bucket and the foul. And a chance at a 3-point play for Nate Watson.
You can hear Ed Cooley say, throw it in there. He liked the young fellow on the box. Great position by Nate Watson. Right there, the defense gets too high. Tyler Weidman gets too high. Excellent lead pass. Post speed by Rodney Bullock, resulting possible old school 3-point play. Announcers jinx.
Yep, not so much. I didn't want to say it, but since you brought it up.
You know what? I just say that for those at home because it makes them feel better.
They're going to say it anyway.
That's true. Good point. Baldwin is a player, in my opinion, right now that's got to get going. He's been quiet here to start the game. They need his presence opposite of Martin.
Martin trying to find the crease inside, found it to Fowler, and Fowler with the left-hand layup.
That's good two-man basketball, knowing that Martin's going to draw a lot of attention.
Well, good hands by Keelan Martin.
Keelan Martin is slowed a little bit.
Got his shoes off. And they're going to stop this one to allow him to get his shoe back on. Guys are running out of their shoes. This game's so intense early on.
It really is. I like that we have a veteran officiating crew. Them guys determined it on the court.
Right there. Oops.
Yeah, Jalen Lindsey. Getting Burton stomp on the foot.
Well, there's Kamar Baldwin, just as you were mentioning, Steven, trying to get him involved.
Yeah, Kamar Baldwin's a unique talent. He may have the longest arm length or wingspan of a guard his size in the Big East. Get his shot off, get to the rim. Excellent athlete.
We talk about what Keelan Martin is doing offensively in conference. Baldwin's averaging 19 points per game in the league as Ashton Langford hits the three. And Providence with a little stiff arm to Butler's good feeling.
And if Providence is shooting a three like this, Kevin, it could be a long day for Butler. They don't take a lot of threes, but really bounces their offensive tack out.
3 for 4 from the perimeter as Isaiah Jackson on Martin there for the rejection. Soaring in. The push ahead to McDermott. He'll launch. And Bullock the rebound.
Really good closeout by the young fella Watson on the three-point line. Val Jordan, Butler head coach, saying that Providence does an excellent job contesting threes with their size on the perimeter.
Good catch by Watson. He's had the hot hand early, going to work once more against Fowler, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Foul on Providence. 0. Nate Watson is first, team second. And a timeout.
Well, young fellow learning early. He's only a freshman, but he understands how physical the Big East is. Trying to give his opponent some of that.
Drink, sir? No, thanks. I'm still driving.
Go! Yes! Nice play!
Still buffering?
Too.
What happened?
Hey, Joy, you should let your new pals know that according to a leading independent study, the most awarded network is now best in streaming.
I think you just did.
You both can get a much better view of the game on the iPhone on Verizon Unlimited.
Thanks.
Hey, Thomas, when's your flight?
Someone stole my watch. Hey.
Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on. So get the best unlimited on the most awarded network. And right now, when you buy iPhone 8, you'll get one on us with no trade-in required.
The custom reserve suit from Joseph A. Bank. Custom details tailored from head to toe for a fit you can't find off the rack. Because confidence is a tradition that never goes out of style.
When it comes to showing love, some use rose petals. At Papa John's, we use pepperonis. A lot of pepperonis. We're using 2 whole layers of them on our large or pan dual-layer pepperoni pizza. Available now for just $10. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Introducing the new 2018 Ford F-150. With best-in-class towing, best-in-class payload, and best-in-class torque. The F-150 lineup has the capability to get big things to big places big time. And things just got bigger. F-150 is now Motor Trend's 2018 Truck of the Year. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Think this guy worries about dandruff?
Not anymore.
Selsun Blue targets the source of dandruff to relieve the itch and wipe out flakes for a healthy scalp and great-looking hair.
And try new Selsun Blue Active 3-in-1 Body Wash. Freedom from dandruff and now body acne, too.
Providence with an 18-13 lead over Butler. Laval Jordan, kind enough to be mic'd up for us today. Let's listen into a little bit of the flavor of the first-year Butler head coach.
Let's go, fellas. All right, make sure we're awake over here. 12 o'clock noon, right? We gotta be awake. Wally, you sure about that one? He looked like he had all ball.
Came across him right through the arm.
That's where we got a shoe off. We got a shoe off, Wally. We got a shoe off. Travel! Travel! Good, keep it stuck.
You know, you've got to be a pretty good guy to agree to be mic'd up when you're in the middle of a critical game like this, and LaVall Jordan certainly is mic'd up and a good guy to agree to do it.
Yes, he is, and you know what? He's not going to change his demeanor and his way, and you know he understands that massaging the referees, that's a relationship thing, Kevin. And you know, if you approach them in a certain way, good things happen typically later on in the game.
That's why I always say nice things about Stephen Barnum. Good things happen for me later in the game. Kamar Baldwin on the drive, trying to wrap around pass it inside to Fowler, and it's tipped out.
You mean good things happen after the game.
3 on the shot clock for Butler. Down 5 at home.
Quick hitter for Baldwin.
Fowler up top for 3. Big 3 for Nate Fowler. Just his 5th of the year.
Hey, when you're desperate times call for things that are unusual somewhat. Big fella stepping up.
Lindsay can't connect from the corner. Martin the rebound.
Jorgensen did a good job of flying at Lindsay, trying to get into his sight.
Martin with the crossover, died on the back of the iron. Diallo pushing it up. Jackson and a travel. I couldn't believe he was so open in the corner.
I think you're right.
And for Providence 5, Rodney Bullock. In for your Bulldogs 2, Aaron Thompson.
There's Ed Cooley. Coming up on his 25th year overall in coaching. We had a great conversation with Ed Cooley earlier in the day. He was giving us some pointers as to how he keeps his team loose, especially on the road. He had us loose.
I'll tell you what, there are a lot of coaches I would like to play for. He's one of them. I mean, I would run through a wall for a coach like that knows how to communicate with the guys at their level, Kevin. You know, he's very serious when he needs to be, but he's also very loving and joking and has fun with his guys.
Fade away for Paul Jorgensen off Providence's 5th turnover. Butler turns it into a tie.
And that's key right there. Butler's got to find a way to keep this crowd really engaged throughout. Draw off that energy. You saw how important that home crowd is for Providence the other day against Villanova.
Butler's turned those turnovers into 11
points. Bulldogs 25, Christian David, his first.
Really kept Butler in this game as Christian David picks up his first 3rd team foul.
When you're in a game against Providence, you're typically not going to get as many shot opportunities, so you got to create buckets where you can.
Thompson trying to push. Foul. That was tipped away. Good hands by Jackson to get in there.
Jackson making up for that travel.
Bullock off the fake. Gets to the rim. Couldn't get it to go. Ed Cooley wanted a foul.
You know, this afternoon, these players are going to have to adjust, Kevin. They're just going to have to fight through the contact. There's going to be a lot of contact on every play, but it's been consistent to me.
This crew, as you mentioned, a veteran officiating crew, they're not calling a lot of that contact. If it's incidental, it's not getting called.
That's right.
The hook by Fowler strong. Diallo the rebound.
I'm okay with that shot by Fowler. That's a high percentage shot, forcing the defense to commit.
Diallo liking the matchup against Fowler, finds Jackson. No hesitation this time for the junior Isaiah Jackson.
Yes, good basketball there. Diallo hasn't forced the issue. I didn't think his vision would allow him to see Jackson cross court, but it's an excellent find.
Well, that was big for Jackson. In the month of February, just 4 of 17 from 3. Really been struggling to find a range from back there. Step back by Jorgensen on the baseline. Rebound tipped out by Fowler.
Fowler has had some very positive minutes here in the first half. It's up play.
Here's David spinning baseline. Trying to work, and that's an offensive foul. Bullock standing his ground inside, and David barreling into him, the offensive foul.
David is 2nd, 4th on the team. In for
excellent job here as we go back and look at Diallo brings 2 defenders. Thompson's back. Look at Jorgensen right there with his back to Jackson. That's a practice jump shot right there, Kevin. All set up by Alpha Diallo.
Diallo commands that attention when he's on the floor.
Yes, he does. Smooth character. Coach calls him Alpha Dog. So he's named aptly.
16 points per game for Diallo on the Big East Road this year. He's made himself very much at home in everybody else's building. Cartwright with the left hand. Martin the rebound.
That time Providence running a tight flex, meaning that they didn't want to get too far outside the paint on that offensive set.
Keelan Martin, every time he turns around, he's got Providence jerseys in front and behind. Lindsay in transition pulls the trigger on the 3. Rebound in the corner to Jackson.
I know Jackson wanted that one. He made his last one. Wise decision.
Jackson will try again. A little strong this time. Baldwin with the board. Martin just 2 for 6. He's missed his last 4 shots, Steven.
Yeah, he's going to draw attention, so he's got to be strong with the basketball.
And a foul is going to be called. Jackson battling with Weidman. Foul. And a timeout here in Indianapolis. Good ball game. Physical ball game. Yeah, it's Big East basketball.
Oh, that's lovely.
So graceful.
The corkscrew spin, flawless. His signature move, the Flying Dutchman. Poetry in motion.
And there it is, the baby bird.
Breathtaking.
A sumo wrestler figure skating? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Heather saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
It's absolute confidence in 30,000 precision parts. Or it isn't. It's inspected by Mercedes-Benz factory-trained technicians. Or it isn't. It's backed by an unlimited mileage warranty. Or it isn't. For those who never settle, it's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned or it isn't. The Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned sales event now through February 28th. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
That's all it is to add a line.
With unlimited gigs.
Well then, you get a line. You get a line. Hey you, what's your name?
It's Bill.
Bill, you get a line.
Bill, this switch is for you.
Switch for Bill.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines for only $25 per line, each with unlimited gigs. All on the super reliable and super fast nationwide network. Plus, switch today and get up to 4 free phones.
Does she even know Bill?
She will now.
Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Alongside Stephen Bardo, Kevin Kugler back at Hinkle Fieldhouse, where the Providence Friars lead 21-18. Nate Fowler came in very early in this game, and his 8 minutes have been very effective.
Really have, Kevin. 5 points, and he presents a different scenario than Tyler Weidman. And so, really good high post passing. You've got to respect his ability to shoot the 3, because if you don't, this is what happens. Nate Fowler coming in, giving positive minutes, and I think LaVall Jordan wants to get him in the game sometimes to open up driving lanes for Keelan Martin and Baldwin. And when Weidman's in there, it's a little bit more, it's a little tighter because Weidman doesn't shoot the 3.
And he came in 2 minutes into this game and has been very effective. He'll get a breather now as Aaron Thompson will trigger. Jorgensen will bring it up for Butler.
Lamar Baldwin's got to get involved in the party. Only 2 shot attempts. Really want to get Martin going, but Baldwin needs to get aggressive and get some more touches.
8 on the shot clock. Here's Baldwin, first touch in this possession. Weidman now with 3 to shoot. Spin it baseline against Lindsay. Tyler Weidman.
I like Weidman when he can feel the defense. Really good at that spin along the baseline. Lindsay was not going to be able to keep him from the rim. Even though Lindsay's an outstanding defender, more perimeter-oriented than guarding in the post.
First points for Weidman, the Big East's field goal percentage leader in conference play, shooting at over 70%. That'll set a record if he holds that position all the way through as Cartwright's called for the offensive foul. Excellent work again defensively by Aaron Thompson. He's showing up today.
He sure is, and he caught one too in the midsection there. But staying low, threw his head back, sold the call very well. Aaron Thompson showing up early.
6th Providence turnover. It's been a very effective offense off turnovers today for Butler. 11 points off those turnovers so far.
Yeah, and they've, offense for Butler has not been stellar. It hadn't been poor. But again, we talked about they've got to generate extra opportunities because it's not going to be as free-flowing as some of the other Big East games that they've encountered.
Kamar Baldwin will launch the 3. Jackson with the rebound for Providence, his 3rd. Now the Friars trying to find some offense. It's gone stagnant. 1 field goal in the last 8 attempts. Diallo before the shot. A foul is going to be called on Thompson.
It's amazing. Sorry, Kevin. It's amazing to me how college guys now throw their head back. You've heard me say this. If I was playing, my head is so big I might hurt my neck. I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I guess that's something they practice.
It's really been a skill that guys have developed.
It really has. And these guys imitate everything the NBA does. These guys at the NBA level started it.
Alpha Diallo with a deep 2. He's got 5.
And that's big. But just as you said, they were struggling on the offensive end. Anytime you can get easy buckets in the half-court set means a lot.
Not a surprise to see Diallo take the offense on his shoulders and say, I'll get this bucket for you.
That's right. Look how tight the defense is for Providence, meaning like they're all within about a foot from each other, a step from each other. Good job of helping.
Malik White with the initial tip away. Good defense by White, but a foul inside as Weidman going to work. Khalif Young commits the foul.
His first, 5th on the team. At the line for your Bulldogs, number 4, Tyler Weidman. He'll have 2.
Weidman almost 80% on the line, 69.5% overall. The Butler all-time record. He's well on pace to shatter that. In conference play, mentioned he's at 70.4% field goal-wise. The Big East record is held by David Padgett from Louisville at 68.3. So he's a good 2 percentage points ahead of the Big East record for the best shooting season in the history of the league.
And that's something, too. And it's something also because, think about it, he's got 2 outstanding players that he's with, and yet he gets a little overshadowed how efficient he is because of Baldwin and Martin.
Jackson floating over Weidman, and once they broke that pressure, it was a 2-on-1, and Providence cashing in.
Yes, and that's what you want to do when teams pressure you like that. You want to make them pay on the back end.
Time for that backdoor cut again from Martin. The pass errant from McDermott, and the turnover back to Providence. Friars have yet to put any points on the board off any of the Butler turnovers, now 4.
Butler early on gave up that fast break layup, but since they've done a really good job, limiting the opportunities of Providence in the fast break and secondary situations.
In the corner, Diallo, the air ball caught by McDermott.
You know what? Jackson had Diallo open a second and a half earlier than he gave the ball. You saw Diallo sitting there waiting. Typically when guys wait, when they catch the ball, their percentage goes down drastically.
Weidman battling inside, pounds his way in for the 2. We got a 1-point game coming up on 4 minutes to go first half.
If you want to play bully ball, Tyler Weidman can do as well as anybody in the conference. Young may need some help on that box.
Val Jordan recruited him to Michigan when he was an assistant at Michigan, and then takes the job at Butler and inherits a guy he had recruited. Happy to have him back, as a foul is going to be called on Weidman, sliding in under Khalif Young.
Foul is on the Bulldogs, number 4, Tyler
6 straight
Weidman.
Butler points for Tyler Weidman.
Tyler Weidman, I'm telling you what, he's like, you know what? I'm not close enough. Get out of my way.
Friends, colleagues, gathered here are the world's finest insurance experts. Rodney, mastermind of discounts like Safe Driver, Paperless, the list goes on.
How about a discount for long lists?
Gold. Mara, you save our customers hundreds for switching almost effortlessly.
It's a gift.
And Jamie.
Present.
Together, we are unstoppable. So, what are we gonna do? Insurance. That's kind of what we do here.
Rated RP to M.
So, Gary, we're looking for someone who thrives in a fast-paced environment. An excellent communicator. Someone who isn't afraid to take risks. Does that sound like you, Gary?
Yeah.
PlayStation, the best place to play.
Men, women, dilly-dilly! Sure, we may be outnumbered. 20 to 1. They may have more men, more horses. They have arrows with fire, which probably don't hurt more than the regular ones. Look, I'm gonna level with you guys. We're out of Bud Light. And they have some! So dilly-dilly!
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
I just want to find a used car without getting ripped off.
Start at thenewcarfax.com.
Show me used trucks with one owner.
Pretty cool.
Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search at theallnewcarfax.com.
Rob still with you. Coming up on the Jeep halftime report, Texas, Oklahoma, both going south as of late, try to steady the ship in Norman. Plus, bubble team Syracuse in always distracting Miami. Kevin, Steven, we'll see you at the break.
Hi, Rob. Thanks very much. A 25-24 lead for Providence. Just a one-point game here. Both of these teams trying to improve their positioning, not only in the Big East tournament, but for the NCAA tournament. Howie Schwab, our resident bracket guru, has 6 Big East teams in as of today in the tournament. Villanova, Xavier, of course, both 1 seeds. Butler right now in as an 8 seed along with Creighton. Providence a 10 seed, and Seton Hall, well, they need to right the ship. They've got DePaul coming in on Sunday, and Seton Hall fading right now to an 11 seed in Howie Schwab's projections.
And you know what? Sometimes when you have veteran teams like Seton Hall, sometimes they just have a little funk, and they've got to reset in time for the tournament, because if Seton Hall can right the ship and get in, that's a dangerous team.
Senior-laden, experienced. There's a lot to like about that Seton Hall squad.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get tired of each other, Kevin. I mean, Angel Delgado's been around for 12 years. I mean, you know, he's the mayor in that area. Everybody loves him, but it's just sometimes when you older teams, they go through a funk this time of year. Just ask Purdue.
Same situation for the Boilermakers. Nate Fowler back on the floor. Thompson finding him inside. White knocks it away. Here's McDermott, the 3. And the extra pass got Butler the open shot.
That's really good inside-out action by Butler. We talked about Providence does a good job of closing out on threes, but when you collapse the D and swing it, you're going to get more high percentage looks.
White, the deep 3. And White able to hit. Boy, is Providence strong from behind the arc. 5 for 10 in this first half.
And that's unusual to shoot this well on the road. It's a team like Butler that's needing a win. Providence really sharing the basketball well.
Keelan Martin barreling into traffic, and a foul is going to be called.
Look at the ball movement. And Jackson, not meaning to give a screen, but did enough to get his teammate open.
Drew Edwards with the foul. Rodney Bullock back into the game. He's been quiet, 5 points in this first half.
Yeah, he got that shot off early in the game, and then he's not really had too many opportunities after that. But Providence, you feel pretty good about yourself on the road right now. And this is got Hinkle kind of quiet.
Baldwin, the lob, tough catch, tipped away. Watson got a hand in there ahead of Fowler.
In for Providence, 21, Jalen Lindsey.
Jalen Lindsey back on the floor. Fred Cooley's Friars.
Watch this quick hitter to Martin. Watch over the top. No one, just one-on-one, Bullock and Martin.
Martin, the deep three, and that breaks it 0 for 5 drop for Keelan Martin.
I can see that coming. Stevie Wonder could have seen that one coming. No help defensively, throw over the top. Bullock was late to respond.
There's Bullock off the fake. The kick into the corner. Malik White answers from 3. How about Providence from deep? Just 24% from 3 in February, but they were 5 for 11 in the second half against Nova. Now 6 for 11 in the first half here today.
And shooting is a lot of confidence. These guys at this level, most of the guys can shoot from 3 with no problem. It's all about confidence this time of year.
Well, they're real confident right now. White will try again in transition. This time won't go, and the rebound plucked away by Martin.
So White is better at catch and shoot instead of off the bounce.
And a whistle and a foul. That'll be on Bullock.
On the Friars 5, Rodney Bullock. That's his first, the 7th on the team.
Well, Bullock doing a good job, draws 2 defenders. White feeling good. And then watch here, Keelan comes straight out where no defensive help, and Bullock is trying to defend Kevin against a drive. That's not going to happen. That was a 3 all day long.
If you're Providence shooting from 3 about as well as you have at any point of the last several games, and you look up at the scoreboard and you're only up 3.
Yep, and so a lot of that's the turnovers that Butler's been able to force. We talked about 11 points off turnovers for Butler, so that's really kept them within striking distance.
Keelan Martin now in the double figures. What a good first half.
Good and physical. Nobody's really in foul trouble.
There's Cartwright going to work his first 2 points of the ball game.
And that was over a 6'6" Sean McDermott. Cartwright is all of 5'10", so that's a big-time move.
White will start it up for Providence. Bullock now backing down against Thompson. Big size mismatch. Thompson with the hands to take it away. And then the bounce, the turnover.
You know, that's a tough pass that Thompson attempted to make. You almost have to put back English on to kick it up. But look at the Cartwright. He's like, Kevin, you know what? I'm a little frustrated right now. I don't care who's guarding me. I'm going to the hole. Look how high he gets on that release. That's over 6'6" Sean McDermott. Cartwright showing you his athleticism.
Desperate times calling for desperate measures. This is that 3. Thompson will start it the other way. Thompson going the other way, and a blocking foul is going to be called. Kyron Cartwright picks up his second. So 2 points and 2 fouls for Cartwright.
Aaron Thompson,
listen, for a guy that struggles shooting the basketball, he's been stellar this first half defensively. And then that's a great decision, knowing that he's got Cartwright on skates, goes and draws the contact, and if he can convert, Butler in really good shape here in the first half.
He's been a little more aggressive offensively than we've seen. Came in averaging only about 1 shot for every 6 minutes that he plays, so he doesn't shoot a lot. And look, you've got Kamar Baldwin and you've got Keelan Martin. You've got guys that demand some shots. Thompson's been the aggressor on both ends in this first half.
And it shows you that he's a smart young man, knowing that I don't need to really look for my shot. I need to be a defender and set my teammates up.
Timeout, Providence.
Timeout taken by Providence. We'll step aside for a quick timeout of our own.
This is where the heart is. Players turning the stars and shiners enormous. As bright as the light you see in the garden. Best experience come from the Big East tournament. March to MSG when we born to be victorious. I was born to be victorious. Most definitely destined to be.
The Big East Tournament at Madison Square Garden. Get tickets now.
What you can do, they're really good at cutting off the post. So you can't ball stare when it goes in there, right? You can't ball stare when it goes in there. Get everybody else to do what you're doing. Just shot fake and get balance, right? You're making layups. Right? Everybody else has to do the same thing. Just shot fake and get balance. So Cat, that wasn't your fault. Right? Come in and get some good stuff happening from you. Right? Yeah,
good stuff from Laval Jordan. Team coaching, individual coaching. Encouragement, it's all part of the game.
At this time of year, Kevin, so much of this is coaching confidence, instilling confidence in your players because it gets tight in February.
Jalen Lindsey short on that three. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Butler. So Providence has the chance for the final shot of this first half up a pair.
I put the ball in the hands of Diallo and let him create. You know, badly one of the better defenders for Butler on the perimeter. Right back to Diallo.
5 seconds for White. The step back three for White. That's short. And halftime has arrived at Hinkle Fieldhouse. They missed their last two from behind the arc, but Providence has been hot from three for most of the first half. 35% on the season, 6 of 15 today, on the heels of hitting 5 in the second half against Nova in their win against Villanova. And the Friars will take the 2-point lead in the locker room. That's the end of the first half. Our score, Providence 35, Butler 33. We'll send you Rob and crew in Los Angeles with the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report right after this.
This new day looks nothing like yesterday. Trails are covered. Paths aren't what they used to be. Roads nowhere to be found. And it's exactly what you're looking for.
I promise.
I promise. I promise. I promise to never compromise.
I promise to never compromise. I promise to never compromise.
I promise to never compromise.
Never gonna change me. I won't compromise, no.
Get an LG V30 at Sprint for only $20 a month with a free Google Home or Tone Active Plus for a limited time.
This is where the heart is. Players turning the stars and shiners enormous. As bright as the light you see in the garden. Best experience come from the Big East tournament. March to MSG when we born to be victorious. I was born to be victorious. Most definitely destined to be.
The Big East Tournament at Madison Square Garden. Get tickets now.
It's time for the Hyundai President's Day sales event, featuring the best deals of 2018 on the full Hyundai lineup of cars and all-wheel drive SUVs. Like the Elantra right now for just $149 a month. And with Hyundai, you save now and later, because every Hyundai comes backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai President's Day sales event. It just might make February the best time of the year. Right now, for a limited time, lease a 2018 Elantra for only $149 a month. Hurry, offer ends February 28th.
Big East basketball is back in Friartown. Be part of the action as the Friars take on some of the most exciting teams in the Big East Conference this season. Mini plans, family packs, and senior game tickets are on sale now. Don't wait. Reserve your seat today to experience the best of college basketball right here in your own backyard. For tickets, call 401-865-GO-PC or visit friars.com. This is Friartown.
I've worked hard to get to where I am, and I know where I want to go. But is what I'm doing going to take me there? Because it's not just my money, it's my life. So, am I getting the best guidance?
Washington Trust Wealth Management. Smart advice. Client focus.
Everyone's talking about nickels and dimes. At Courtesy Kia, our President's Day sale starts today.
Get to Courtesy Kia where you drive with nothing down, not even a dime.
Vehicles are being sold below cost. They won't even take a dime. Drive a 2018 Kia Optima LX from $159 a month with 0 down. And if you have credit troubles, don't worry. Courtesy is offering credit relief to all. If you have a job, you're approved.
Speaking of approved, I approve this message, and I tweeted it.
PGA Golf on WPRI is sponsored locally by Citron Cooperman Accountants and Advisors.
Welcome to the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report. Friars Isaiah Jackson with a triple here. He has 5 of Providence's 18 bench points at the break, and they are up 2. Rob Stone, Jim Jackson, Donnie Marshall in studio with you all day for our Fox triple header. Friars with a tough 2-point lead on the road at the break. This despite kind of an off 20 minutes from one of their studs. The play of Kyron Cartwright kicks off our Jeep Grand Cherokee highlights from the first half.
Well, at the top of the show, I talked about the importance of Cartwright and his impact on the game. And in the first half, struggled 2 points, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers. But despite that, the Friars have still been able to be efficient, Donnie, offensively, shooting 46%. Inside the 2, 43 behind the arc, and 9 of their 10 players that played at least scored a basket. So figuring out on the road how to play when your playmaker hasn't been as effective, I think is a good sign coming out in the second half for Coach Cooley.
I'm going to take that good number you talked about, shooting from 3, 43%. That's good, but they've taken 14 threes. Talking Providence now, they average 18.5 a game. I think it's fool's gold, Jimmy, because they've almost met their quota when you talk about makes. They've made 6. That means they're going to come out, continue to shoot those threes because they're getting them, and then you know what goes? Your legs. Now Butler's saying, okay, you're playing right into what we want. On the good side for Butler, 11 points off of Providence's 7 turnovers. They're doing a great job there of getting those 50-50 balls and turning those turnovers into pick sixes, I like to call them.
Only one player in double figures at the break. Right. Keelan Martin with 10. Player of the Year candidate Trae Young in Oklahoma looking to put the brakes on really a stunning 4-game losing streak. Sooners host the Longhorns next. Fox College Hoops is sponsored by the new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The championship drive starts with fall practices and early morning workouts. Team bonding and leadership. Tough Big East Conference play. All in preparation for March, where the road takes teams through the city that never sleeps and ends with the champion crown. The championship drive brought to you by the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, proud partner of the Big East Conference.
Your friend orders a Friday sirloin steak and big ribs. You want to up him with the steak, but add a steak. Figuring steak and steak trumps ribs and steak. But does it?
2 meats, 2 sides, $14.99. Get it here or get it to go.
Hey, need fast heartburn relief? Try Cool Mint Zantac. It releases a cooling sensation in your mouth and throat. Zantac works in as little as 30 minutes. Nexium can take 24 hours. Try Cool Mint Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Go! Yes! Nice play!
Still buffering.
Too.
What happened?
Hey, Joy, you should let your new pals know that according to a leading independent study, the most awarded network is now best in streaming.
I think you just did.
You both can get a much better view of the game on the iPhone on Verizon Unlimited.
Thanks.
Hey, Thomas, when's your flight?
Someone stole my watch. Hey.
Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on. So get the best unlimited on the most awarded network. And right now, when you buy iPhone 8, you'll get one on us with no trade-in required.
How we gonna practice? How we gonna practice? Good. Here we go, blue. Here we go. Come back. Do it again. Let's go. Here we go. Let's get it right. You are flying. Use all that athleticism. Finish, finish, finish.
Introducing the 2018 Subaru Forester Mountain Edition. Custom made by Subaru of New England, the Mountain Edition makes every trip possible. Stylish sport grille? Check. Power outlet? WeatherTech floor liners? EyeSight driver assist technology? Check, check, and check. The all-new Forester Mountain Edition, starting at only $29,680. It's not about where you live, it's where you go.
Take me where I wanna go. When you receive your tax return checks, come into Fast Cash Pawn and Check Cashers, where we offer check cashing at just 2%.
Why wait to get your money? Walk into Fast Cash with your tax return check and walk out with cash in hand the same day. No wait, no credit check, no hassle.
And while you're here, take a look at the great values we have on jewelry, tools, electronics, and other affordable items.
Fast Cash Pawn and Check Cashers, not your typical pawn shop.
We always help you walk out with cash in hand.
Fast Cash Pawn and Check Cashers, 848 Newport Avenue, Pawtucket.
Today's families are always on the go. And if you need a car that does as much as you do, then it has to be a Honda Pilot. More space with comfortable seating for 8 and a collapsible third row. More safety with Honda sensing and available all-wheel drive. And more sanity with a 9-inch rear entertainment system.
Right now during the Honda President's Day sales event, get 0.9% financing for 60 months on 2018 Pilots.
Don't settle. I didn't.
Next, put your brother down.
See your local Honda dealer today.
Eyewitness News is severe weather coverage you can count on.
Look who's in the house in Norman, guys. Baker Mayfield fired up Texas in town.
Easy on the caffeine.
Yeah, no kidding. Trae Young has been struggling from the floor. Nice little helper here.
They can still do that.
Yeah, 1 of 7 from the floor. 7 for 7 from the free throw line is Trae Young. Kerwin Roach finds the big man.
Bala, bala, la, bamba. I love that. I love his name.
Do you like the song?
I like to sing it, yeah. Just dance, because he kind of dances down there and blocks everything.
Syracuse at Miami. Jim, have you ever been distracted in Miami?
Woo! Is that a trick question?
That'll wake you up if you are.
A trick question?
I'm just looking for answers.
No, I think it's a trick question.
It's not.
Don't answer it.
Not at all.
Don't answer.
Lonnie Walker
the
puts that one in 25 off the break.
Representation, don't answer.
You guys like a good alley-oop?
I used to when I could jump.
Tyree Jackson puts that one in, part of a 7-0 Hokies
that's
run.
My cousin.
I think the pass is just as rewarding as the catch.
All Hokies at the break?
Rob no. Rob would.
No, I don't do alley-oops, guys. Trayvon blew it. He's got time to think about number 3 Nova in town. That one coming up 4:30 Eastern here on Fox. How's he not shooting the ball right now? He had 37 on Wednesday. Second half from the Indy coming up next. Bulldogs down 2 to the Friars.
When you feel the world around you spinning out of control, you can find someone around you to bring you out of the cold. But you don't ever have to hide what you really feel inside. So put 'em up too high.
That's all it is to add a line.
With unlimited gigs.
Well then, you get a line. You get a line. Hey you, what's your name?
It's Bill.
Bill, you get a line.
Bill, this switch is for you.
Switch for Bill.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines for only $25 per line, each with unlimited gigs. All on the super reliable and super fast nationwide network. Plus, switch today and get up to 4 free phones.
Does she even know Bill?
She will now. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
If you're living in Rhode Island and covered by Medicare and Medicaid, here's something important to know. Now you could get even more health benefits than you already have. It's the United Healthcare Dual Complete Plan. And since you have both cards, you may be eligible for it. Call now to talk with us and learn more. Medicaid gives you benefits, and Medicare gives you some too. But a Dual Complete Plan can add even more benefits and features compared to original Medicare. You'll have lots of doctors and hospitals to choose from, prescription drug coverage, and other important benefits. Like $2,000 towards dental services, including routine exams and cleanings, tooth extractions and crowns, and vision coverage, including an annual exam and credit for eyewear. You'll even get a health products catalog with credits you can use to shop for everyday things, like vitamins, oral health items, and first aid kits. And best of all, with this plan, there's no additional cost to you. Remember, if you live in Rhode Island and have these two cards, chances are you could get a Dual Complete Plan. So call now to talk with us and learn more. Or ask to have a licensed agent visit your home and take you through everything, step by step. We know healthcare can be confusing. United Healthcare can straighten things out. With 40 years of experience, you can count on us to be there all along the way. With a Dual Complete Plan, you'll have a wide choice of doctors to choose from, prescription drug coverage, dental and vision coverage too, all at no additional cost. You have Medicare, you have Medicaid. You may be eligible for Dual Complete. So call the number on your screen now to see if you're eligible or to enroll in a Dual Complete Plan from United Healthcare.
It matters where you get your news. The Target 12 Investigators. In-depth, investigative. Only on Eyewitness News.
Terrific start to our day here. A triple header on Fox as we welcome you back to Hinkle Fieldhouse. Our stats comparison sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. The first half stats, pretty even game, not only in the score, but in the stats. And the turnovers and the points off turnovers, really what is glaring in this 11-0 in points off turnovers favoring Butler.
Yeah, and Butler's been fortunate to get that because their starters have really struggled scoring the basketball. Martin's got 10 points, but Baldwin has 2 points, Kevin. So those points off turnovers have really kept Butler in the game.
Baldwin with 2 points. Keelan Martin has had to work awfully hard to get his shots, and Kyron Cartwright hasn't been able to get anything done so far.
No, it's like the guys that we expected to have really good games have drawn a lot of attention, and they've got some good supporting act going on right now.
Our leading scorers, you see Malik White leading the way for Providence with 6. Keelan Martin with 10, but boy, has he had to work to get those 10 points. 8 shots to get 10. Kyron Cartwright, just 2 points, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls as well in that first half.
Aaron Thompson did an outstanding job establishing himself as a defensive presence early. The thing with Providence, Ed Cooley's got to be happy. They've got 9 players that have scored in the first half. Similar to them having 5 players in double figures in their victory over Villanova.
There's Keelan Martin starting it off with the drive and the bucket.
I love that call coming out of the halftime to get him coming off the screen, moving towards the rim.
We've talked a lot about Bullock and Cartwright leading into this. There's an offensive foul on Nate Watson, his second. Keelan Martin picking up. Nate Watson, a good start.
That's a nice read coming off the screen, trying to get the switch. Even though they didn't get it, he made the most of it.
Looking for Baldwin. You mentioned it, Stephen. Very quiet first half for Kamar Baldwin.
He's one of the better rebounding guards in the Big East. So if you're struggling outside, go on the offensive glass and get you a couple.
Only 2 points, only 1 rebound as Baldwin trying to get it going. And Misses that one to Cartwright.
I just thought that was a poor decision. Really nothing there, and him forcing the issue.
Cartwright off balance there on that elbow jumper. Thompson will push it the other way. McDermott looking baseline. McDermott finishing baseline, and Butler leads.
McDermott was really smart that time. Knowing that Watson's got a couple fouls, Watson could not be aggressive defending him that time. McDermott pushing the issue. You're going to see Butler try to push it a little bit more, Kevin, here in the second half.
First lead since 9-8, 4 minutes into this game. Diallo nowhere to go, blocked off by Martin. Lindsay with 6 to shoot. Got free for the 3. Rebound Thompson.
Baldwin did his job, getting Lindsay off a catch-and-shoot opportunity.
Lost hands by Watson to tip it away from Weidman. There's Martin around the Weidman screen. That's a wide screen for Martin to work around. And a timeout.
Timeout, Providence. 44, Isaiah Jackson in for the Friars.
Well, Keelan doing an excellent job of utilizing Tyler Weidman. The screen starts on the 3. He drops down a little bit. Buckets.
Hey, Chris, how's the move going? I get it. New house, new truck, but it looks like you can use a breather. Let's roll. I can change it.
You cool? You like it?
I never wanna hear you say that. Hey, you guys need help?
No, we're good.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Introducing the new Infiniti QX80. Infiniti, empower the drive.
At Joseph A. Bank's President's Day sale, get up to 70% off almost everything. Entire stock of suits, $199. All clearance up to 80% off. And up to 75% off all sweaters and outerwear. The President's Day sale, only at Joseph A. Bank.
When it comes to showing love, some use rose petals. At Papa John's, we use pepperonis. A lot of pepperonis. We're using 2 whole layers of them on our large or pan dual-layer pepperoni pizza. Available now for just $10. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Big East College Hoops sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee from Hinkle Fieldhouse. Starting our Fox triple header today, the Butler Bulldogs enjoying a 4-point lead, their largest lead of the day. The reason, Keelan Martin getting it going again.
Yeah, Kevin, 2 of 2 to start the game in the first half, but having tough sledding. And then the defensive responding, but here in the second half, they're getting him in space. That was his first bucket in the second half. And then watch the re-screen by Tyler Weidman to get him inside the 3, get him an additional look. And Martin converts.
Well, if Butler's going to break their 3-game losing skid, Keelan Martin's got to be more like he is today than he was the previous 2 games against Providence. 7 points per game the last 2 games against the Friars, just 24% from the floor. Starting to get it going here again. As you mentioned, Stephen, 2 for 2 to start this second half.
I like how they're moving him around a little bit.
Nice spin. Got a look at the rim, couldn't get it, and the rebound secured for Butler by McDermott.
I still like Cartwright being aggressive.
Keelan Martin short on the 3. Cartwright the rebound. Nice pass ahead. Running is Lindsay. Diallo with the finish.
Well, that's really good vision by Lindsay. I didn't see how he could make that pass, and Diallo jackknife at the rim. You knew Providence would respond because he got all over his team in the halftime huddle. I mean, in the last time out.
Entry to Weidman. Working against Bullock. Backing in. Weidman up and under move, and Weidman with the finish.
That's beautiful footwork. Bullock thought he had committed to going with the right. He kind of just stopped. And Weidman, wide open layup.
See if Providence tries to get Bullock going here. Just 5 points in this ballgame so far. They'll try the corner instead with Jackson, and the rebound to Thompson. Thompson on the attack, and a foul is going to be called. Just as he turned that corner, Stephen got the bump from Cartwright. That's his third.
Thompson has really bothered Cartwright here all afternoon. And again, wise decision to put it on the deck and utilize his speed to draw that contact.
That's what's been the most impressive to me, Stephen, is his speed with the ball in his hands today.
Yeah, because Cartwright is he's not a slow customer. So Thompson doing a great job.
Martin, tough catch. Good work inside by Jalen Lindsey. Here's Diallo. Banging his way in against Kamar Baldwin. Physical play between those two. And a foul is going to be called. That'll be on Baldwin. Picks up his second.
You know, one of the most impressive things about the Big East to me is that it's an older league. So many good scores, even in spite of the physicality that you see in this league. It's just high-level offensive efficiency.
Young barreling inside, tried to get his own off the miss, and Weidman the rebound.
We talk about Keelan Martin leading the scorer, but Trayvon Blewett doing some outstanding things in terms of his efficiency the other night.
McDermott can't get it. Bullock the rebound. 37 for Blewett the other night, all on threes and free throws. Not a two-point make on the night. Hardly a two-point attempt.
Right, and one of the lower field goal numbers attempts to reach 37 points.
Cartwright from the elbow. Tough shot, contested jumper, not going to go. Weidman the rebound. Cartwright starting to press a little bit here?
A little bit, and I think he's starting to get mano-a-mano a little bit, meaning that the freshman is bothering him, and he's trying to assert his senioritis, but it's not worked to this point.
1 for 7 for Cartwright. Here's the three. And the rebound for Cartwright, trying to help in other ways, his fourth board. Some frustration behind the passes of Cartwright in this offensive possession, too. Diallo will try. Pinballs out, Weidman the board.
That was a poor offensive possession by the Friars. They got no penetration. The ball just kind of went along the perimeter. Knowledgeable Hinkle fans trying to give their Bulldogs a little emotional boost.
They've gotten a boost from the Bulldogs defensively today. Much better defensive Bulldog team than we've seen of late from Butler, as a whistle and a tie-up is called. Possession arrow favoring Providence. Friars will get it back. Timeout here at Hinkle. A couple of tired teams right now, huffing and puffing as they head their way to the bench.
So Dave here is taking the family up to the lake for the weekend, but without the white knuckles this time. Because his new 2018 Ford F-150 has Bliss with trailer coverage. It's Brainiac smart. Not only does it watch your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. Just another reason why Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck for 41 straight years. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
I promise.
I promise. I promise. I promise to never compromise.
I promise to never compromise. I promise to never compromise.
I promise to never compromise.
For a limited time, get up to $850 back on the LG V30, V30 Plus, and LG G6. See T-Mobile.com or store for details.
What if you're not the only one that wants what you want? What if there are thousands of other people who want what you want? You have to outwork them. You got to outgrind them. I want you to taste them.
There's a new hero in town. Choose from a field of over 30 warriors. Join your team and fight. Game on! Heroes Arena. Download now.
Coming up on Fox, Game 2 of our triple header. Michigan State trying to get back on top of the Big Ten. They'll take on Northwestern, the Big East game of the year. The two best offensive teams in the Big East to follow as Villanova is at Xavier. Jalen Brunson and Trayvon Blewett, two of the top 6 scorers in the league. That's all coming up on Fox. And man, oh man, I know I'm going to be in front of a TV for Villanova and Xavier coming up. That is going to be something special.
Yeah, look at the 8 players average 7 points or more. That's an incredible stat and gives you an idea why Xavier, top team right now in the Big East, one of the top teams in the country. But Villanova, even though they've had a little bit of struggle, don't count them out.
9 straight wins for Xavier. Their last loss to Villanova. They'll play again coming up. Kyron Cartwright is going to sit down right now for the Providence Friars. 2 points on 1 for 7 shooting. What he did in that first game, a double-double, 18 and 11, 58% from the floor, but it has been tough sledding for Kyron Cartwright. Really tough sledding for both offenses right now. Nobody's scored in the last 2.5 minutes.
And so you're seeing now in the second half, things tend to slow to a grind. Talking about a Butler team that needs a victory here, riding a 3-game slide. So the jumpers have a little bit more meaning to them.
Providence is going to get that offense jump-started. They're going to have to run it through the young man who just attempted that shot, Rodney Bullock. He has really been quiet.
Yes, he has. Diallo needs to step up as well.
Working inside. Good first half for Nate Fowler. Had that stripped out of bounds. 9 to shoot for Butler.
I think Diallo had a point there. When you slap down, that ball went out of bounds. That's a pretty good play defensively.
Martin bobbles, controls, 5 to shoot. Thompson, baseline. Bullock the board.
Wow, Thompson really got a 5th gear that we've seen a couple times here this afternoon.
Tough catch for Jackson. Here's Bullock going to work. Left it short. Bullock just 2 for 5 from the floor, 5 points. Good pass ahead to Fowler, pinned inside by Bullock and fouls.
I like Butler forcing the issue on the fast break. Fowler running the floor with some urgency.
Lead stretching to 6 now for Butler. Real big moment in this game for Providence right now.
You know what? Butler's defense has really gotten into the flow of Providence. So the deflections, the steals right here.
The turnover and the finish. 13 points off turnovers, pacing Butler to the 8-point lead. Jackson and a reach in. 13-2 spurt for Butler to open up their largest lead of the day as Fowler called for the foul.
So Providence, now that Cartwright's coming back in, you'll see them initiate their offense better. The last few possessions, Butler's done a really good job of throwing their timing off. So Providence was trying to run some set plays, but if you can't get the timing down, you don't have success in that situation. Good job by Butler.
Martin almost got that one. And now poked it out of bounds away from Bullock.
Well, Rodney Butler was telling me before the game that he's just now starting to feel better. He had like a bug for the month, this past month. So he's starting to feel better. His game up until today had really resembled that, but he's struggling here this afternoon. They need him to pick it up.
Yeah, it was just 1 for 12 from 3 over the last 5 games. Only 9 points a game. They need him. Shot clock winding down. Edwards in the corner. The 3 won't go. There's Bullock flying in to get the rebound. Excellent offensive board. Lindsay will try to cash in. A little strong on the 3. Another offensive rebound for Jackson, but an offensive foul.
On the Friars, 44, Isaiah Jackson is second, team's third, and a timeout on the court.
I am the greatest. I'm going to become champion of the universe. Me with my beautiful, colorful personality. I'm good looking, clean living, cultured, and I am modest. I'm so modest I can admit my own fault. My only fault is I don't realize how great I really am. Because I am great. I am the greatest.
Hold together. A little left. Easy. All right. We've all got places to go.
Washington crossing the Delaware Turnpike? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sean saved by switching to Geico.
Big man with a horn.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Allergy congestion makes you feel trapped. Break through with Allegra D 5-in-1 Relief. It works fast, has a non-drowsy antihistamine, and a powerful decongestant. Break through allergy congestion with Allegra D.
I'll never find a safe used car.
Start at thenewcarfax.com.
Show me minivans with no reported accidents.
Boom.
Love it. Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search at theallnewcarfax.com.
My heart's racing. Let's go chase her down. Don't you wanna see just what this love can do?
PS4 Pro. Dynamic 4K. So beautiful. Can't look away. Just look at this world, look at this view, look at this thing, looking at you. Check out this cow, check out this truck, check out this place, blow it all up. PS4 Pro, I'm in your house. La 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 la.
Butler extending to an 8-point lead. Providence scoreless in the last 5 minutes and 33 seconds as we go in the huddle, sponsored by the LG V30.
Hey, they're being more physical than we are. That's what it is. And you got to get us into an offense quicker. Get us into an offense quicker. Out of time. Right?
Boy, if there's something that's going to stick in the craw of Ed Cooley, it's saying they're more physical than we are. That's not something you hear a lot about a Providence team.
That's correct. And when you've only scored 2 points to start the second half on the road, you know that you're in trouble. But it's good activity by Butler.
See if they can get it started earlier as he wants next time down the floor. Here's Baldwin in trouble. Underneath to Fowler for the finish. And boy, has Nate Fowler been a difference today for Butler.
He really has. And came off early, got a 3, got a layup, has run the floor, played good defense. A nice compliment to Tyler Wyden.
A 15-2 Butler run as Jackson launches and hits the 3.
Jackson a 3.
That is a giant make for Providence.
I echo that sentiment. I couldn't say it any better.
Jorgensen on the drive, and the scoop of the rim falls.
Good job by Jorgensen. Just really caught Edwards flat-footed.
Speaking of flat-footed, Lindsay with a wide open 3. Butler able to get there, but he couldn't hit. And a whistle and a foul underneath, away from the ball. Looks like Khalif Young battling for position with Nate Fowler picks up the foul, his second.
13, Khalid Young, his second, fourth on
Fowler
the team.
Continues to make his presence felt on both ends of the floor. You see that shoulder wrapped up. I know he's got something going on, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's playing this afternoon.
9 points, 4 rebounds for Fowler. Only reached double figures once in the last 10 games, so this is an extraordinary effort from Fowler. Kai Ashton Langford with the foul. That is his first. Team's fifth.
Fifth on the team.
Don't be surprised to see Baldwin get a look here.
Trying to get free when he's being jostled.
It's tough sledding in there.
Walking through traffic at Grand Central Station at rush hour. He's trying to get himself to the train. Baldwin, 8 to shoot. Working. Baldwin underneath. Nice hands by Ashton Langford. Long pass ahead. Tough catch for Jackson. And Jackson throws it away.
Well, that's good recovery by Butler. They got bodies into the paint and hands up.
Keelan Martin off balance three. Not going to go. And the rebound, Ashton Langford.
Remember the old game 21? That looked like a 21 shot right there. Get double teamed and you just got to step through and put it on the rim.
If it goes in, somebody's getting the H in horse, but it wasn't going in.
At the line for the Friars, number 1, Ashton Langford.
Ashton Langford going to the line.
We talked about Providence had a lot of balance. They had 9 players that scored in the first half. But here in the second, they've got to have the equivalent of Nate Fowler. They got to have somebody step up and make plays that's unexpected right now because the guys they're counting on just can't get on track.
Bullock, Diallo, and Cartwright really struggling. 14 points combined for the top 3 scorers for Providence today.
Tip your hat to the Bulldogs and their defensive awareness here this afternoon, and it started with Aaron Thompson to begin the game. He has been disruptive, and Jorgensen and company seem to be picking it up here in the second half.
Pressure now for Providence. Baldwin. Henry Hadley off the bench.
Maybe a high screen roll for Baldwin.
Fowler came out to set the screen. Baldwin went the other way and got the 2.
He is good going to the rim. I mean, he can finish with either hand. Very comfortable shooting with either one.
His choice to deny the screen and go the opposite way.
Yeah, defense is playing it for it. He knew he could foot race to the rim. He knew he could win that one.
Jackson strong on the shot. Jorgensen the board. Spin by Jorgensen, off balance from the elbow, the fadeaway falls, and now Jorgensen coming to life. He's got 8.
Boy, you like to see teams respond when they need a win in February, and Butler is stepping up here in Hinkle.
Timeout taken by Providence as the Butler Bulldogs stretch the lead to double figures.
Well, Keelan Martin not having his best game, but Baldwin starting to heat up, and so is Jorgensen. Really nice fadeaway in the paint.
When you feel the world around you spinning out of control, you can find someone around you to bring you out of the cold. But you don't ever have to hide what you really feel inside. So put 'em up too high.
The greatest day in all of racing returns this weekend. The Daytona 500 kicks off the new season tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern, with a pre-race beginning at 11 a.m. only on Fox. The race has started here in this second half for Butler. 10 of 19 from the floor in the second half and defending the heck out of Providence. 2 for 15 for Providence as Bullock pinballs that three in and out. Thompson the rebound.
In Butler's 3-game losing streak, they gave up an average of 90 points a game. Now, Butler can score the basketball. You're not going to win very many games if you give up 90. They have really locked down here in the second half.
Jorgensen to the rack again, and Jorgensen with 10.
Well, he is, whoever is guarding him, he's going right at them.
And another turnover. Jorgensen leading the way. The behind-the-back pass. A little low. And a substitution immediately. Laval Jordan, there's the numbers you mentioned defensively. Opponent field goal percentage, opponent points per game, 90.3, 56%, but so much better today. Not a surprise to you, though, that Paul Jorgensen headed directly to the bench, right?
Did you hear what I said? I was like, You know why? Because I was channeling my inner player there, and I was like, I'm going to the bench. So I knew exactly what was going to come next.
8 minutes to go. Providence on the ropes at Hinkle. Watson with 6 to shoot. Weidman blocking the road. Lindsay back to Watson. 2 to shoot. Has to force it up. And the rebound tipped to Thompson. Thompson on the push. Thompson end to end and a foul.
Foul.
Pretty good decision-making by the freshman as Thompson draws the contact of the foul. Butler enjoying a double-digit lead at home.
Sup, world? It's The Box with 30% savings for safe drivers. Coming at you with my brand new vlog. Just making some ice in my freezer here, so check back for that follow-up vid. This is my cashew guy, Bruno. Holler at him, Brune. Kicking it live and direct here at the Fountain. Should I go habanero or Maui onion? Should I buy a chinchilla? Comment below. Did I mention I save people $620 for switching? Chinchilla updates? Got that chinchilla after all. Say what up, Rago?
Drink, son? No, thanks. I'm still driving.
Tens of millions of people have switched to Unlimited on America's most awarded network.
Verizon?
Whoa, Vince, not yet. It's the network rated #1 in the nation by Root Metrics 9 times running.
Totally Verizon.
Vince! No.
We can see the sign. It's see-through.
I think they can definitely read it. So it could be anything.
Vince, pull the thing up.
Wait. Look at that.
Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on. So switch to the best Unlimited on the most awarded network and get up to $300 off our best Android phones with no trade-in required.
Love your dress. I got it on sale for $200, but it's more like $415 since I haven't paid off that credit card yet.
That dinner was insane.
Not as insane as us spending another $173 on it this year.
New laptop? Nice.
Thanks. And with credit card interest, I'll spend an extra $1,900 on it.
No one wants to pay more for, well, anything. With a SoFi personal loan, you can lower your interest rates and pay off debt sooner. Find out more at SoFi.com.
Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Progressive, your first-round pick for car insurance, and by Heineken. Open your world. Butler up 55-42, 7:39 to play in the second half alongside Stephen Bardo, Kevin Kugler back at Hinkle Fieldhouse. The standings of the Big East and why this is important. This is a potential 4-5 matchup in the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament. Butler, though, on that 3-game losing skid, trying to improve not only their standing in the standings, but their standing to the NCAA tournament committee. When you look at the resume for Butler, RPI very strong, strength of schedule very strong in those quad 1 games, 3-8 in quadrant 1, 3 big wins in quad 1, including good wins over Ohio State and Villanova in that mix.
Yeah, I think they're in pretty good shape, but you got to stop the bleeding here. And they seem to have picked up on the sense of urgency. and really done well here defensively in the second half.
Thompson's been very, very good cashing in today, not only from a scoring standpoint, but a rebounding and taking care of the ball. Only one turnover in almost 28 minutes played.
He doesn't need to score the basketball. He just needs to get down defensively, put pressure on Providence with his speed, and he's done just that.
The Bulldogs too. Aaron
Thompson with his second foul as we talk him up. He commits the foul. And Kyron Cartwright going to the free throw line. He played this game at an awfully high level. Can a shooter and a scorer get something going at the line? Can this part of his game carry over to the rest of his game?
Yeah, you know, when you see the ball go through the net, you get some confidence, you kind of relax, you can catch your breath on the free throw, and Providence can set up defensively here on this make. And that's the second time today I'm going to stop talking about
making free throws?
Yeah, guys shooting free throws. They still find a way to get in pressure, though, three-quarter court.
Kamar Baldwin on the drive, and a foul is going to be called. Bullock came over and picks up the personal. That'll be his second.
5, Rodney Bullock, his second, 7th on the team.
Baldwin doing a good job getting past the first level of pressure and putting pressure on Providence back line.
He'll have 2.
You know, the message if you're Ed Cooley right now, as poor as they've been here to start the second half, you're talking about a 14-point deficit. And the way that they shot the 3 in the first half, he likes to coach up confidence. He's got to get his guys looking for that shot.
1 for 2 for Baldwin. 43 points on the board for Providence, 8 in the second half. On the drive, Cartwright trying to spark something. Nice pickup off the miss from his hindquarters.
Boy, Jackson missed a swing to Bullock that would have resulted in a 3-point look.
Diallo will try. Off, rebound tipped to Weidman.
And who on the box out? Thompson.
Providence struggling from 3 this half, 1 for 9 after the big first half from behind the arc.
Yeah, it's interesting how that 3 can come and it can go as quickly as it shows up.
And with the 3 disappearing, the offense has disappeared for Providence in the second half. Weidman has to go to work with 3 to shoot. Looked like a lineman had the ball in his hands, and that's a shot clock violation. Good defense from Providence.
It looked like Weidman and Bullock was playing an old school game of Twister. I know you young people don't know what that is, but 40 and over, I think, understand what that is.
I smiled.
Google it, young people.
That's
Twister.
Right.
And not a tornado, a game.
Lindsay, the 3 and air ball, and out to Butler. Ed Cooley thought there was a foul on that shot from Lindsay. Got no call.
And I've been surprised. Ed Cooley's, you know, he has not been pleased, but he's kept his composure for the most part. Anytime you can see a guy that, wasn't much contact on the shot, but Lindsay came down. Very fortunate he didn't twist his ankle.
Ed Cooley was a little under the weather today. Came in with a little bit of a fever. The temperature's rising as this second half continues, and Providence's struggles continue. Sometimes you don't need words to describe what somebody's feeling. The tournament resume for Providence, Howie Schwab, you saw earlier, he's got him into the tournament. That RPI at 36, that strength of schedule 19, 5-5 in the quad 1 games, and 2 top 3 RPI wins, the win over Xavier and the win over Nova. This is a team that, despite what has happened in the second half, is not a team you really want to see in a 1-game-and-done situation in the NCAA tournament.
And consider this, with that really strong resume, he's had 8 different starting lineups this year due to illness and injury. And so this is a very tough, gritty Providence Flyer ball club that I agree with him. If If they can get in the tournament, it's going to be a tough out.
Well, Lindsey, White, Diallo, Cartwright, Bullock have all missed games this year. They didn't have Emmett Holt. He's been out all year long. And I'm telling you, Emmett Holt, you and I have seen him play. He'd make a difference immediately. And then Dickens has been out the last 22 games for Providence. So they're missing a lot of key components and have missed. There's Emmett Holt on the trip this week. They're missing a lot of components, or have missed some that they could have used at times this year. Good hands and a good play by Jackson to start it the other way. Cartwright ahead to Diallo, and Diallo misses the jam. And they're going to count that bucket, I believe. They are going to count it. So Alpha Diallo with the bucket. They're going to count it.
I just thought he missed the dunk, but let's see what.
Did he got the rim as he went up? That's the ruling. They're saying McDermott caught the rim here. Right there.
Okay. McDermott doesn't touch that. That's a blown dunk.
As it stands, it does get Providence back on the board, down 12. Time's starting to be a factor here. Bullock able to get a hand on it, deflected away, but good work by Weidman to track it down.
Well, I tell you what, though, Providence is making it interesting here. Butler a little shaky trying to break this pressure.
Baldwin. And Baldwin out of bounds. Good defense by Jalen Lindsey. Just rode him to the baseline.
I like that no call.
Providence basketball.
No, Baldwin was looking to get bailed out. There was nowhere to go. Pick up the ball, pivot, and throw it back out.
3 straight turnovers for the Mount Jordan's Bulldogs. But where will the offense come from for Providence?
Sometimes you just got to go make a play. Cartwright, he has struggled all afternoon. If you can get one to go, confidence will start to elevate.
Bullock can't hit again. Only 5 points still for Bullock. That jams in there. And they'll go to the arrow. Possession arrow, give it back to Butler.
Butler possession.
Stephen, Providence is 3 for 22 from the floor in the second half.
Yeah, for a team that it seemed like they had some good offensive flow in the first half. To really for it to change that quickly is something else. Now watch Diallo as he comes in. He looks down when he jumps. You see that? And he gets the offensive rebound. So I think his concentration was effective when McDermott went to the floor.
And he was arguing that was part of the problem again, but
you got to finish.
Was down, yeah.
Yeah, you still have to finish that shot, especially with your team struggling like this.
A little easier press break this time for Butler. The 3 for Jorgensen, and Jackson the board. Quick shot.
Yeah, not Jorgensen is getting an earful from LaVall Jordan right now.
Jackson the block, got it back. Weidman with the block. Diallo inside, no, but a foul.
Well, there's a lid on that rim here in the second half of Providence.
He's on the Bulldogs 5. Paul Jorgensen is first.
That's uncanny. I mean, they're 3 for 24, and at least 10 of those misses have come inside the painted area.
And the numbers you just quoted, Kevin, if he makes these free throws, they're down 10 points. They are still within striking distance.
First attempts of the day for Diallo. First Friar in double figures with 10.
20, Henry Badley.
He's closing in on a double-double, 10 points, 8 rebounds for Alpha Diallo.
You know, sometimes, we talked about the scoring prowess of some of these teams and individuals in this league, but then sometimes like this, it comes to a halt, comes to a grinding halt. You just got to work your way through the mud sometimes. And Diallo seems to be one of the few on the floor able to do that.
Starting to see, though, Stephen, some frustration showing up on the faces of the Friars a little bit. Hard to blame them. 12% in the second half.
I think a lot of that has to do with Butler's physicality. They really stepped it up and made things different.
Keelan Martin, a difficult 3. Tipped into the hands of Weidman. Weidman losing it out of bounds. It'll stay on this end.
Well, when you're a guard and you're just trying to box that man off on the backside when the defense is in rotation, that's a tough assignment.
In for Providence 4, Malik White. In for your Bulldogs 22, Sean McDermott.
Two good defensive teams. We've seen these droughts throughout the day today. Butler hasn't hit a field goal in over 4 minutes now, but still enjoying the 11-point lead. Just game one of our Fox triple header today. Michigan State Northwestern, Villanova Xavier to follow. She covered all day on Fox. And a little miscommunication, badly stepped along the sideline. Wally Witecki right there on the call, and the turnover back to Providence.
It was all over that. You see right here, just badly was being denied. Just the slide on the sideline there, but you know, at that position, I thought they should have gone to Weidman. Diallo was guarding him, and you see the numbers in the second half for the Friars just can't get on track. But Weidman had an advantage with Diallo guarding him, but Butler didn't recognize it.
That ball going out of bounds on that soft toss at the top of the key. Ed Cooley might have gone to the locker. He might have just set up the hook.
Yep. Similar to what he did after their loss at DePaul when everyone was sick. Jalen Lindsey was out. He just burned the film.
A big three from Malik White. As you mentioned, Stephen, despite all of the struggles, it's an 8-point game.
That's right. All you needed to do was see one to drop. And we'll see if Providence can take advantage.
That's all it is to add a line.
With unlimited gigs.
Well then, you get a line. You get a line. Hey you, what's your name?
It's Bill.
Bill, you get a line.
Bill, this switch is for you.
Switch for Bill.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines for only $25 per line, each with unlimited gigs. All on the super reliable and super fast nationwide network. Plus, switch today and get up to 4 free phones.
Does she even know Bill?
She will now.
Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
It's the Bud Night. It's the Bud Night. We're saved. Yes. Dilly dilly!
Time to do what must be done. I did it.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
Allergy sufferers, a word to the wise. If symptoms at night ruin your next day, try Zysol. It relieves symptoms while you sleep and keeps relieving all day. Because Zysol's as effective at hour 24 as at hour 1. So, be Wisol. Take Zysol.
In Chili Nation, we love our football. Especially when our football is filled with chili. Cheese dip. This is our chili, Hormel chili. We are Chili Nation.
Things tightening up at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Butler 57, Providence 49, 3:41 remaining in the second half. Our game reset sponsored by SoFi. Reset your finances and pay close attention to that timeout number for Providence. No timeouts left. Ed Cooley just using his last timeout with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Let's peek inside the huddle once more. Laval Jordan in the Butler huddle, sponsored by the LG V30.
Right, it's an energy and toughness win. That's going to be a toughness win. All right, your energy is good. Now we got to keep being tough down there. It's all about down there, though. They don't get a run. They do not get a run. Here we go. I'll call timeout, Coach. We're trying to win a game. Right, you can't do that. You can't do it.
That's Jorgensen he's talking to when he said you can't do that. He had a quick three, and that play where he tried to get cute on that pass, and it was a turnover because Laval Jordan's been in this situation a lot as a player and a coach. It may seem like a comfortable lead, but when you make a slip in judgment like that, funny things can happen.
Well, it's not as comfortable when you haven't made a field goal in 5 minutes. Things are getting a little leader on that Butler sideline right now.
Well, you've lost 3 in a row, and you've expended a tremendous amount of energy holding Providence down. Now, you got to lock in.
Shot clock at 2. Martin inside. Tough shot. Good defense again from Providence.
Great defense by Bullock without fouling, using this link to make that release difficult.
Kyron Cartwright and a blocking foul on Aaron Thompson. For Thompson, his 3rd. Team's 6th.
Foul on the Bulldogs 2. Aaron Thompson is 3rd. 6th on the team.
So not a shooting foul. There's some confusion as to whether it was a shooting foul. Cartwright thought it was. It is not. Still the 6th team foul, so Cartwright will inbound.
This is going to get real interesting if the Flyers can score here.
Diallo, a little bobble. He'll shoot anyway. And the rebound, Keelan Martin.
You don't shoot that after that bobble, Kevin. You can't regain your focus and your concentration. That might be the difference in the game right there.
Butler a chance to run a little more clock, see if they can get something going. Again, haven't hit a field goal since the 8:27 mark. 6 to shoot. Come on, Baldwin. Just 5 points today. Going to work. Lost the handle. Ball tipped. Weidman's got it. Pascal Weidman.
I think they're going to check to see if he got this off or it hit the rim so that the shot clock would reset on the first attempt.
It was 1 on the shot clock with the first attempt. Watch it here. Watch that shot clock.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. That's going to count. That's a heck of an individual effort by Weidman.
Count it.
No question about that. Good work by Weidman. There's the first, hit the rim, the follow, the second goes.
And just a tough break for Providence. They had done so good in that possession. Baldwin looked like he was going to have a turnover there, and the ball just bounced Butler's way.
Well, how about that swing, Steven? You have Diallo with the bobble and the missed 3, and on the other end, Butler runs the entire shot clock and gets 2 out of it.
Great observation there.
And Bullock is going to go to the line after the foul on Henry Badley.
Fouls on the Bulldogs 30. Keelan Martin is first.
14 points scored for Ed Cooley's squad this half. It's the lowest in the half so far. 23 they scored against Houston on December 20th.
And the majority of those points have come in the last 8 minutes or so. I mean, they were really trying to work their way through the mud. And yet, I won't say it.
No. That point, by the way, from Bullock, first point in the second half for Rodney Bullock. Now 2 for 2.
Butler's really clamped down, but they've got to take care of the basketball here against this pressure.
Jorgensen. A little help. Here's Martin. He's going to back it out. Butler's best friend right now, that clock running under 2 minutes to play here in the second half.
And sometimes Providence will double team out of nowhere, so Baldwin's got to be strong with the rock.
5 to shoot for Martin. Launching the deep 3. From Keelan Martin. And a gut punch for Providence as Martin delivers from deep. Foul on Weidman on the other end.
Weidman and Diallo getting into it a little bit. Weidman trying to help Diallo up. But man, Keelan Martin on the other end lulls Cartwright to sleep. You know he wants to shoot the 3, Kevin, and watch Cartwright. Hand down, man down. Keelan Martin doing what big-time scorers do, get you a bucket when you need it most.
What a time for Butler's first second half 3.
Seen a lot of late first in this second half, haven't we?
More than either head coach would like from their offense.
See Diallo hit. He makes his free throw, and his teammates aren't there, so he does the air, the dap with the guys that aren't there. I think DeMar DeRozan started that in the NBA.
1 for 2 again for Diallo. 2 for 4 at the line today. Butler's lead is 10 with 90 seconds to play. On the cusp of breaking a 3-game losing streak and breaking it with defense as the foul comes on Diallo.
Yes, Kevin, breaking it with defense is correct. In terms of Butler, we had referenced, gave up 90.3 points per game in their 3-game slide.
And their opponents were shooting, Stephen, at 56% during that span. Providence at 31% on the afternoon and only 15% in the second half. That defense has been stifling.
It has been. And you know what, Kevin, this is why 18 to 22-year-olds, they get caught sometimes, right? When you give up that much defensively and you come back and play this way, Laval now has evidence for when they're not playing hard on the defensive end. Providence is tied for 3rd in the Big East right now. 8-5, and they have really shut them down.
Diallo with the pull up from 2, gets his own rebound. That floater won't go. Martin corrals the rebound for the Bulldogs. He's fouled. 1-1 on the other end for Keelan Martin.
Foul on the Friars 5. Rodney Bullock is 3rd.
So Butler closing in on their 8th conference win, their 18th win on the season. More importantly for Laval, Jordan breaking that 3-game skid. They've got Tuesday night against Creighton on FS1. Tough matchup there. And then on the road to close the year at suddenly red-hot St. John's.
Yep.
And a big game to close the year at Seton Hall. Seton Hall's struggles have been documented. They've got a big one against DePaul tomorrow to try to get themselves back on track. But that Butler-Seton Hall game looms large, not only for Big East seeding, but for NCAA tournament positioning.
Correct. And Ed Cooley told us something before the game. He thinks that any team that gets 10 Big East wins with a comparable team profile like the two that we've seen here today will get you in the tournament.
I'd argue, considering how strong the Big East is. He said since the reformation of the Big East and the new teams coming in, he said it's absolutely this year the strongest the league has been since the Big East was reformed.
Point to St. John's and Georgetown. The way those two teams are playing right now.
Ewing's got the Hoyas hooping a little bit.
Yes, he does.
Short on the shot, Thompson the rebound and a foul with 1:05 to go, and Butler up by 14. Providence coming up. Seton Hall on Wednesday, then a 2-game road swing that will not be easy. Georgetown and Xavier before closing out with St. John's.
Bulldogs, number 2, Aaron Thompson, he'll have 2.
Providence, you get people in that dunk. That place is rocking. Those 2 challenges on the road will be really great opportunities for the Friars.
And the bench clearing for the Friars as Ed Cooley's squad going to fall in this one on the road.
And they're going to be disappointed when they go back and look at this film, Kevin, because it wasn't much about execution. It was really about toughness. And they were out toughed here in the second half by Butler. Usually Providence is a team that likes to get after people physically, but they were out tough here in the second half.
Offensive rebound and the putback for Malik White. 13-point game, and Ed Cooley tried to get that point across to his team when we were listening in the huddle earlier on.
That's right.
Like they're out physicaling you right now. They are more physical than we are, and that certainly was something we saw in evidence today. For Butler
of the game is,
and for Providence, kind of a letdown coming off that huge win they had the other night against Villanova.
And that's the thing. It's very difficult in this league because it's just the bottom is so high. And there's really no nights off. If your players aren't locked in mentally each and every night, which is difficult to do through a college basketball season, you're going to have ups and downs. And so, Providence losing to DePaul Jalen Lindsey was out with a concussion, and their team was sick. But on the record book, it doesn't matter. You have to overcome those things if you want to be elite in this conference.
Fade away for Providence. The rebound to Jorgensen. And Butler going to be able to dribble this one out. Good win for the Bulldogs today, breaking a 3-game losing skid, going back to basics, going back to defense, and holding Providence to their lowest output of the season.
And they can point to this for the rest of the season about how hard you have to play to win critical games in this league.
And that'll do it from Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. LaVall Jordan and the Butler Bulldogs now 8-7 in Big East play. Providence falls to 7-6 as the Bulldogs get the win. 69-54, our final here in Indianapolis. Quick timeout in our Fox College Hoops studio. On the other side for Stephen Barno, I'm Kevin Kugler. Hinkle Fieldhouse rocking today as Butler gets the 15-point win over the Friars.